We've taken the time to delve into the world of travel insurance and its importance for everyone who's planning on booking a holiday in the future. We've spoken to a selection of holidaymakers to discuss their insurance buying habits and whether or not they understand the true risk of holidaying without any or very little cover. Whether it's a lack of time, a lack of knowledge, or the optimistic "it won't happen to me" thought process, less than 50% of British holidaymakers have ever bought a bespoke travel insurance policy. Now, more shockingly, is that out of the 71.7 million visits overseas last year, over 10 million of those trips were taken uninsured, putting those individuals at serious medical and financial risk. What comes to light is that many holidaymakers don't understand the true benefit of having a comprehensive policy, nor do they understand how to make sure they get the best deal for themselves and their pocket. Many of those we spoke to admitted that previously they'd rushed their decision and purchased a policy lacking in benefits and service. We received feedback such as insurers wouldn't pay out anyway, or that an insurer will always use a get out clause when paying out a claim. These negative feelings result in the public not only being put off buying travel insurance, but buying badly. But why do so many have this outlook when it comes to holiday insurance? It seems as though there's a lack of understanding and trust, which is what we want to improve upon and change for the better by making the decision-making process far easier and far more reliable. One key area of misunderstanding is around timing and when you should purchase your holiday insurance. We advise that you purchase your travel insurance as soon as your holiday is booked. Shockingly, nearly 38% of those asked didn't realise that they were insured from the moment they purchased their policy and presumed it started from the first day of their holiday. By booking as soon as possible, you receive the full amount of cover for your policy, meaning that if your holiday is cancelled due to airline failure or a situation out of your control, you can make a claim. This lack of understanding results in a large proportion of holidaymakers not getting the true benefit of their policy, especially the tardy 6% surveyed who don't usually purchase their insurance until they have reached their destination, which is a large financial risk. Since the coronavirus pandemic, people now have a far better understanding of travel insurance and its importance. 85% of those we spoke to said that from now on, they would take far more care when selecting their travel insurance provider, which is great news. It's brought to light the risks of buying in haste and buying based just on the price of the policy and not on the quality of the product, which really matters in times of need. We've outlined our top tips for buying travel insurance to make it a little clearer. Book it as soon as you've booked your holiday to receive the maximum benefit. Ask yourself, are you buying the product based on the price alone? Does your policy cover you and your dependents? Does your policy cover cancellations or unknown events and eventualities out of your control? Does your policy cover expensive items such as jewellery or cameras? If not, does your home contents insurance cover them out of the home? Have you been brutally honest about pre-existing conditions? If you're unsure if something is classed as a pre-existing condition, call your provider to check. Have you overinsured it? It might sound mad, but in some instances, you can end up paying extra to cover things that aren't relevant to your holiday. And finally, if you're into your action-packed adventures, check to see if your activity of choice is listed as being covered. If you plan on skydiving or free climbing on your holiday, it's best to check your policy, as some can be quite restrictive. And that's that. We hope you found this information useful. Remember, the most important factor is to buy your cover as soon as you've booked your holiday. This is the key to making use of every element. We hope you all stay safe and enjoy your future holidays.